Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of IK NHL Daily Talk. And today we are doing both Spotify and YouTube, so it should be a great one. And it is a special episode as I have a surprise for the fans, well, and for Kyle too. But I will go ahead and introduce Kyle real quick and then get on with my surprise.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. He's been hyping up this surprise for like the last day and a bit. And like I'm gonna be honest, Jacob. I have no idea what it's gonna be. So it's either gonna be something really stupid or it's gonna be real good. But I'll
I
pass
think
the
it's going to be
torch
real
back to
good.
you. Well, take it away.
All right, well, I gotta get it real quick. It's under the table. I accidentally put it under the table for some reason. So just give me like 2 seconds, guys. Uh, Real quick. Get this thing under the table. I'm going to say what we're going to talk about today. So we have a few news. Well, mostly they're all signings and stuff. I know it's hard, guys. I'm sorry.
Jacob, I just have the camera panned on your beautiful face, and it just like all we can see is you struggling, and like I don't know, bro.
I am gonna have to get out the camera real quick so I can show you guys the surprise once I am able to get it. So, but real quick, we have some topics to talk about. Mainly, their signings. And we have the NHL scores, which today we're going to do it a little bit differently. But while I'm getting my surprise ready, Kyle will go over how we're going to do these scores today. Then the NHL schedule and NHL starting goalie. So, Kyle, take it away with how we're going to do it while I get my surprise ready.
All right, well, we're going to start with the signings and all of the news, of course, which today the news is just signing. Then, when we're reviewing the NHL scores of the day, we are just going to go over who the, game-winning goal, or I guess game-winning goal was scored by and the winning goaltender because, unfortunately, we are both short on time and we need to get this episode done. So, we will do it in a modified manner. And then, of course, we will do our, NHL starting goaltenders and your preview for tomorrow's games. And then after that, we will also, do review our picks from yesterday, and then obviously go over the picks for today, and then we'll make some new picks. And yeah, I guess Yakup's still gone, but I
I'm
just
here. I'm ready. I'm ready.
okay.
I'm waiting to for you to cue me in so I can show you guys my surprise.
All right, well, on that note, Yakup, I'm queuing you in. So let's
All right,
see it,
guys.
bro.
It finally came in. My Oilers jersey finally
Oh,
came in, guys. I've been meaning to show you guys. It came yesterday.
oh.
Yeah, Kyle, go ahead and put your jersey on, buddy, so we can recap this game together.
All right, bro. My Draisaitl jersey ain't here, so I got a no-name Oilers jersey that I'll put on. Don't
Well,
you
that's
worry.
okay.
Because I left it at Scott's when I went over there for the Oilers game last time. Well, give me one sec. You can entertain the fans for a moment.
Yeah, I finally got the new alternate jersey that we have with the little patches and all that, obviously. And then I got Connor McDavid on the back. But this is what I would show you guys. And the reason why I wanted to make a surprise is because from now on, me and Kyle are gonna pull up our Edmonton jerseys whenever we do these podcasts. So you guys are gonna be ready for a bunch of new jerseys. And yeah, so obviously, this is the first episode where I wanted to make it special, and I wanted to show you guys, the new NHL jersey that I just bought. So now I officially have a NHL jersey to rock for you guys. So yeah, and definitely the Oilers did play last night, so we can show off our beautiful teams and show what. There we go. Kyle got the beautiful jersey on today too. So look at us go.
Bro, yeah. Now, unfortunately, this jersey does not have a name, and you know what, Jakob? I still have plans to, get a name put on this jersey eventually, but I guess we'll see if that happens. But maybe it'll remain a no-name jersey. I really don't know, but I don't know.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
don't know what I think. What do you think about the old orange jerseys, Jakob? Because obviously these jerseys have been, not our jerseys for the last several years now.
I also I didn't mind it. I like the new ones though. I like the blue ones, but yeah, I didn't mind it. But what do you think of my new jersey, bro? Like actually,
Oh,
generally speaking.
I love it, bro. I want to get one of those jerseys, and I definitely will be getting one of those jerseys,
I mean, bro, with Connor
before
McDavid.
they're
This was
gone.
the bro. I literally was like debating whether I should get McDavid or, but I wanted my first jersey to be of the my beautiful team captain Connor McDavid. So yeah, I got it, and I'll show you guys the patches that they're on. But there's this patch on, and then there's nothing on this side, obviously. And yeah, but there you guys have it. So let's go ahead and start this special edition of Iacob and Kyle wearing their jerseys for the first time.
Yeah, this is not what I was expecting, but I like it. Let's do it, bro. But are you ready to get on to the news for the day?
I'm so ready.
Which you want to take the first topic, or you want me to take it?
Yes, I will take the first topic since obviously I had a short, and you guys can go check it down in our YouTube channel. Go look at our new shorts. But Nick Schmaltz has signed a 8-year deal with the Utah Mammoth at a 8 million AAV, so he'll be making about $64 million total. But I think this is a good signing for the re-signing for the Utah Mammoth, as he could be a very deep threat to this Utah team, and he could put the puck in the net. And I believe in like the month of February he had what, like two hat tricks. So he's been popping off, and I could say from experience, because he has been popping off, because he does good in my fantasy team, and I have him on my fantasy team, and I love him. So he has 59 points. I believe it was 24 goals and 35 assists off the top of my head in 65 games. Obviously, Kyle has not pulled up his puck up the not puck empire his league prospects, but from what I remember with the short, he had 24 points, 24 goals, and 35 assists for 59 points. We will just double check it to make sure. And yes, he does, as you guys can see. I remember, but this decision I read that came as a due to a family matter. He was tired of moving his family around. So he wanted what's best for his family, and he decided that he's going to sign a massive contract to remain in Utah. So until possibly the day he retires, he's going to be a Utah Mammoth.
Yeah, and I too like the signing. 8 million and 8 years. I mean, he is 30, so it definitely will be a long contract, and it will last until he is 38 years old. But you lock a player like that up, and with the cap rising, I mean, I honestly think it'll be a good signing. And yeah, Nick Schmaltz, you are a Utah Mammoth for the next however many years, and he will be there for a long time. Which, for Utah fans, let us know down below what you think of the signing. And yeah, no, I really like it too, Iacob.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next re-signing or signing.
All right, which the next signing we have. Oh shoot, I didn't have it pulled up immediately. So we have Tanner Lazinski, who scored. Oh my goodness gracious! He re-signed with the Vegas Golden Knights, and he's definitely earned himself this deal with a 3-year contract at a 900,000. Oh my gosh, bro! Not The deal is one way and a league minimum for all 3 years, which the league minimum is going up because for next season it's 850K, it'll be 900K the next year, and then 950K the year after that. So, but we'll go over his stats real quick. Which this year he spent most of the year with Henderson, which with the Henderson Silver Knights he has 16 goals and 34 assists for 50 points in 47 AHL games, and then in his 10 NHL games he has 5 assists for Vegas. So at a league minimum signing, I actually really like this. I think the Vegas Golden Knights, add to their depth, or I guess retain their depth, because obviously they already have the guy, and he can play in the NHL if he needs to. And for Vegas, it's a very cost efficient and good signing. I like it.
I like it too. I think it would make Anthony very happy, because you guys know that Anthony is a Vegas fan, and unfortunately, I was gonna, bring him on here, but unfortunately, he got told last minute that he was somewhere else. So it's just me and Kyle today, and yeah, you guys will definitely see him in more episodes though, because apparently, and you guys will be able to see my other brother too. I will try to get David in some episodes, but unfortunately now he is at work, so he will not be able to make it. But let's move on to I believe the last signing that we have for today.
Yeah, which actually, well, before we move on to the next signing, I would also like to say, if you guys want to see Anthony make a short about the Lazinski signing, let us know down below. And if you guys want to see it, we will get him to do it. But anywho, Yak. Oh shoot, what am I doing? Okay, I will let you take this last player, which to be honest, I don't know him either. So, but it is this player right here.
All right, so his name is Noah Powell. He is 21 years of age, and he has signed uh a 3-year deal at a 985K AAV for almost 3 million, and he is with the Philadelphia Flyers. But he spent most of his time, according to this, in Lehigh Valley Phantoms with the
That is
AHL
not
team.
no no no. Look at the stats.
Never mind. He's a new prospect that he's been playing
Yes.
with the Arizona State University, and from what I've known, guys, from Arizona State University. it's a big party school, so I'm surprised that he made it out of there alive because I want to know, like, I didn't want to have him on an interview and just ask him how many, like, how much drinking do you guys do at ASU? Because from what I've seen, there's a bunch of bad stuff going on there. It's like one of the biggest party schools. But obviously, you see, he played for the Oshawa Generals for a bit, and then he played for the Ohio State University, and then we go to basically
Boom.
his USHL, which is probably like the juniors and stuff, and then
Yep.
but yeah, so it's a great signing. Obviously, we don't know him much, but from what I remember, well, because me and David watch a little bit of NCAA together. Arizona State is not a bad school. Obviously, they're not one of the top high schools like Penn State or Ohio State or Michigan State or Michigan,
Hmm.
but they're still a very competitive team. And yeah, I don't know much else. Kyle, if you don't know anything else, we should move on probably.
Yeah, let's move on. And on that note, Jakob, it's time to review the schedule from yesterday, which I already described how we will be doing it. And I will recap the Oilers game so that you guys at least get, at least part of a recap because I did watch that game, so it makes sense to recap the one game I did watch. But in order to have me say the Oilers game, because we had an odd amount of games, Jakob, you will have to go first here. So say
That's
the
fine,
game,
but
and then, of course, the score and the matchup.
by the way, I just want to say I am in love with this jersey. Like my first ever NHL jersey comes with an Edmonton Oiler. Beautiful. But anyway, we see the Kings go to Boston to face off against the Bruins, and the Bruins get the better of this one 2-1 in overtime. The winning goalie was Jeremy Swayman, and the game-winning goal or the overtime goal was scored by Charlie McAvoy. So Kyle, this helped him a lot in fantasy because he had Charlie McAvoy, and Charlie McAvoy actually did something this time. So.
Uh-oh. Wait, do I have my fantasy lineup for the week set? Hold on 1 second. I gotta make sure it's set because obviously this is very important stuff for Iacob and I. And I will double check before we move on, but yeah, I don't know how I forgot. But oh
I
well.
reminded him, guys. I reminded him Monday to do it, but I guess he forgot. So he might have forgotten to put Charlie McAvoy on. I don't know.
McAvoy, I think he was already in my lineup, but yeah, Iacob, I'm losing because I forgot to set my lineup. Sucks for me, I
Oh.
guess. So we'll see.
Well,
But
did you at least have Charlie McAvoy on your lineup?
I can tell you who's got points for me right now. That's the best I can do for you. Hang
Okay,
on.
who did Charlie McAvoy? Did you have Charlie McAvoy in your lineup yesterday when he got the game-winning goal?
Do 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 do. Yeah, I did.
Okay, so you're chilling.
But I had Matt Barzal on the bench who got 4.9.
Dang. Well, make sure while I'm recapping this game, you quickly set up your
Oh,
fantasy
I already
lineups.
I already did it when we were talking, bro. But
Okay, that's
yeah, do
good.
you have anything else to add or can I move on?
You can move on. It's gonna be a short recap today, so move on.
All right. In our second matchup, we see the San Jose Sharks go into Buffalo, and they definitely do not win this game as the Buffalo Sabres win 6-3 to stay hot. And Alex Lyon would be your winning goaltender, which he has also been excellent in his own right. And of course, Jason Zucker would score the game winner, which that would be the fourth goal for the Buffalo Sabres.
All right, and moving on to this is where I made my pick of the day, but obviously I will spoil it for you guys now. I put that the Maple Leafs were gonna beat the Montreal Canadiens, which unfortunately that did not hit. So I already failed that one. Sorry, I thought my mom got home or something. But they lose. They go into Montreal in a original six battle, and they lose this one 3-1 to the hands of the Canadians. And Jakob Dobesh was the goalie, the winning goalie, and the game-winning goal was scored by none other than Philip Deneau.
Mm. Well, good win by the Habs, and I'm honestly not surprised. And in our next matchup, we see a very important game for the Columbus Blue Jackets, where they go into Tampa, and they actually beat the Tampa Bay Lightning 5-2. And your winning goaltender for Columbus would be Elvis Merzlikins, which he's had a pretty good year to be honest. And then Kirill Marchenko, of course, scored your game winner in this one.
Yeah, and I did have a friend who was at the game last night. He told me it was electric, so definitely missed a big one. But next game, we see the Detroit Red Wings go into Florida to take on the Florida Panthers, and Florida gets the better of this one, 4-3, as the winning goalie was Daniil Tarasov, and the game-winning goal, which was the last goal of the game, was scored by Carter Verhaeghe.
I see. And yeah, unfortunately, I made a prediction on that one, and spoiler alert, I was wrong because I said the Red Wings would win. But moving on, we see the Calgary Flames go into New York to visit the Rangers, and I was expecting a close one. Haha, nope.
Nope.
The Rangers on home ice see Jonathan Quick record a shutout, which excellent for him, and Alexis Lafreniere gets the Rangers the game-winning goal, which would have been the first one.
All right, and we move on to the next one, which just actually saw a shootout win by the Carolina Hurricanes over the Pittsburgh Penguins, but the winning goalie was Frederik Andersen.
Which, you know what, Iacob, I'll pull up the game center, and then we can see who scored the shootout winner in this one.
The shootout winner was scored by none other than Jackson Blake, who he has been red hot. So,
Here, why don't you recap the shootout, like how the scoring went?
all right, so Seth Jarvis opened the shootout by missing. Then Ben Kindle, who we talked about a lot, he made it 1-0. Then Andrei Svechnikov on a snapshot made it 1-1. Then Igor Shinnikov tries a backhand, but Frederik Andersen saves it. Then Jackson Blake scores a snapshot to make it 2-1. And Anthony Manta with the game on the line tries a backhand as well, like Igor Shinnikov, and gets denied and the Carolina Hurricanes would win this one.
Yeah, I guess the Penguins should have gone back to that snapshot because it worked well for Ben Kindle, but then, of course, the other two guys did not think so. But moving on, we see Braden Shen actually, after being newly acquired by the New York Islanders, he makes his early return to the St. Louis Blues. And the Islanders win this one 4-3 in OT. And by the way, Iacob, Braden Shen did get an assist on the OT winner in this one.
Yeah,
But we
so they
see.
had.
Oh,
Just
sorry.
go. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Oh, but we see Ilya Sorokin win the game for the Islanders, and Matt Barzal scored the game winner.
I did see that they had a. Excuse me. I did see that they had a whole like video presentation for him, and he did get emotional, as you know he was the captain, so I would understand why he got emotional. But we'll move on to the next game, and Anthony Aaron, I'm sorry, but you need to look away as the Dallas Stars host the Vegas Golden Knights, and the Dallas Stars win this one, and this was good because now it puts the Oilers, just I think it puts the Oilers above the Knights now. Is that right, Kyle?
Uh, Dude, you know what? Here, I'll pull it up. Actually, I could, rather than surprising myself, we'll pull up NHL.com and we will pull up the standings and we will take a look with the fans here because I do not know the answer, to be honest. No, oh, okay. I thought it was about to tell me there were no standings available, but yes, the Edmonton Oilers do pull ahead of the Vegas Golden Knights because they have the regulation win and regulation overtime win advantage, which I think the ROW is the first tiebreaker, so we have the tiebreaker over them. Therefore, we are currently second in the Pacific.
And we are one game ahead of Anaheim, but I guess it was a very crucial win. And thank you, Dallas fans, for winning this one and allowing us to go above the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah. Did you already say the winning goaltenders and whatnot?
No, unfortunately, I did not. But it was Jake Ottinger who was the game-winning goalie, and then Jamie Benn scored the game-winning goal.
By the way, I did see the recap, and Jamie Benn had a beautiful tip-in goal to win the game. But moving on, Philip Gustafsson recorded his 15th career shutout. I saw that on the NHL's Instagram last night. And obviously the Wild win 5-0. Yeah, Gustafsson gets a shutout, 5-0 win, and Kaprizov scored the first goal for the Wild, which obviously gave the win. And I guess this performance was still good enough for Nick Schmaltz to earn himself an 8-year extension, which I'm very glad for him.
Yeah, all right. This is a game that, Jets fans let us down again, but Anaheim goes into Winnipeg and takes the 2 points in this one as they win the game 4-1. And Lucas Dostal was the game-winning goalie, and the game-winning goal was the second goal of the game that was scored by Ryan Poling. One who I believe he did sign a new contract extension, which we did talk about it.
Yeah, it was not long ago, and he had a 2-point night yesterday, so good for him. But yes, I will move on, and this is the singular game that I will properly recap, which, sees the Edmonton Oilers beat the Colorado Avalanche 4-3 despite being outshot 30-24. And man, this was a game that was pretty action-packed and had a bit of controversy here and there, but McDavid brings the tie in the third for the Oilers, and the Avalanche's winning streak at 5. Nugent Hopkins scores twice. Ingram leaves game with injury late in the second period, and man, it was quite something. But moving on to your goal scorers in this one, we see Ross Colton open the scoring just 32 seconds in for the Avalanche, assisted by Brock Nelson, and it was a weird one. He literally wristed it from the point, and I guess there was too much traffic in front of Ingram, and he just missed it. And yeah, it was unfortunate, but it put the Avs up 1-0. But then, you know, oh my god, the Oilers finally do get themselves on the board at the 8-minute mark of the first, where we see Ryan Nugent-Hopkins score on the power play. And I'm not going to lie, when he was rushing down the ice, I thought he was Connor McDavid with the way that he roofed the puck into the top of the net. But it was actually McDavid off of the left wall who passed it to Nugent-Hopkins, where he was one-on-one with the goalie and he roofed it. And also Bouchard would get an assist on this one. But moving on, we see Martin Necas on the power play, which he one-timed it from the right or the left circle, and well, wait, no, he did not one-time it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember how the goal happened, but he scored to make it 2-1 for the Avalanche. And then late in the period, Jack Roslovic, once again looking like one of the Edmonton studs, ends up roofing it again. And that seemed to be a common theme in this one, where the Edmonton players were tipping the puck high or shooting it high, and Blackwood was not getting them. But of course, that was 17th of the year for Roslovic, assisted by Draisaitl. But then moving on to the second period, where Nugent Hopkins would get the only goal of the period, and it was a beautiful pass off of the left wall for Darnell Nurse, which Nugent Hopkins deflects it in, and it goes top corner, which, wow, I could not believe it. It was a beautiful deflection, and the Oilers took their first lead of the night. But then moving into the third period, unfortunately, well, actually, there was actually I guess, in between. We seen Nathan McKinnon get ejected from the game when he hit Connor Ingram, and he got himself 5 in a game along with an ejection. And the Oilers did have a 5-minute power play, and they had 4 of those minutes to start the third period, but unfortunately for them, we did not capitalize. And the Avalanche actually got on the board first in this period, which Val Nichushkin, off of a Sam Malinsky point shot, had a beautiful deflection in. It was Tristan Jarry in the game at this point, and to be honest, he had no chance on it. But only a couple minutes after Nichushkin tied the game, Connor McDavid, with his 36th on the power play, would score to give the Avalanche the go. What? Would score to give the Edmonton Oilers the go-ahead goal, and what would stand as your game winner, assisted by Draisaitl and Bouchard. Oh my gosh, Iacob, I'm gonna be honest, that was a horrific performance by me.
I'm just happy the Oilers won. That's all.
Yep, I am too, but I'll move on to, your 3 stars of the night, which sees Connor McDavid with a goal and an assist as your first star. Nugent Hopkins with his 2 goals as your second star, and Draisaitl with 2 assists as your third star of the night. But there was also a fight in this one where Podkolzin dropped the gloves with Nicholas Waugh, who is newly acquired by the Avalanche from Toronto as well. Oh, and unfortunately for the Oilers, Colton Dock did leave the game on top of Ty Emberson leaving the game, as you can tell with their ice time, Iacob.
I could definitely see that, yep.
But Ingram, of course, started this one for the Edmonton Oilers, which he allowed 2 on 18 and had himself at 889, but he faced a lot of tough shots, so I don't think that save percentage is too bad, honestly. And then Tristan Jarry comes in and actually, keeps the Oilers in it, because he had to make quite a few tough saves, but he allowed 1, which, to be honest, I don't even blame that tip in on him, because it was a tough shot, but he's allowed 1 on 12 for a 917, which is one of his better performances as an Oiler. And then, moving on to the Avalanche, which I do believe someone left the game for the Avs. I cannot remember who. I don't know. They said that the Avalanche lost a player, but it was later in the game, but yeah, I'm not sure, Iacob. I can't figure it out. It might have been Ross Colton, because I would think he'd have more than 8 minutes in the game.
I would think so too, maybe. I'm not sure.
But yeah, Mackenzie Blackwood was the goaltender in this one, which he allowed 4 goals on 24 and had himself an 833, which, against an Edmonton team, or really any team for that matter, that's not good enough. But your season series in this one now is tied at 1 after November 8th, where the Avalanche absolutely shelled us 9-1, which that was not a fun day. I'm I'll be honest.
No, that was definitely not a fun day. I literally turned off the game after we were down 5-1. I was like, nope, no more for me.
Yep, but anywho, now of course in this one on March 10th, we seen the Oilers win 4-3, and this is more similar to a lot of their matchups where the Oilers and Avalanche tend to have a lot of close games, but to decide the season series, they still have one more matchup, which that will come on April 13th. But Iacob, let's summarize this last game and get on with it.
All right, well, we see the Nashville Predators go into Seattle and they win this one 4-2. And the winning goalie was UC Saros. And the game-winning goal is actually a beautiful finish. What's his name? Like Ryan Ufko or something?
Ryan Ufko, and that was his first of his career as well, Iacob.
And it was a beautiful. He took the puck off a face-off, just dangled everybody, dangled Joey Decord, and slid it right past him. It was a beautiful. You have to go watch. You guys have to go watch it yourselves because it was a beautiful, fantastic finish by. And that to score your first goal like that, hats off to you.
Yeah, I told Iacob that he had to go watch it because, wow, I could not believe it personally.
It was
But
beautiful.
Iacob, let's move on to our NHL starting goaltenders along with our schedule for tomorrow, which, like always, I will say, the the schedule and the time, and obviously what teams are playing, and then you will say the starting goaltenders.
All right, and yeah, we do only apparently we only have two games that start right at the same time. So
Yeah, which in our first matchup, we see the Washington Capitals go into Philadelphia to face off against the Philadelphia Flyers. And that game will be at 5 o'clock, or 5:30, sorry, p.m. Mountain Time, and that'll be 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And by the way,
that's
Jakob, they have actually corrected it, so this is actually correct times now.
all right. And that's gonna be Logan Thompson versus Samuel Urson.
All right, and then in our second matchup, which is also at that 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time and 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we see the Montreal Canadiens go into Ottawa for, a good old Eastern Conference Canadian matchup.
It's just, I guess the West didn't want to play today. Just the East guys wanted to play today because both of them are an Eastern Conference matchup, and all four teams are looking to make the playoffs. But the Montreal Canadiens have recalled up Jacob Fowler from the Laval Rocket, and he will make the start tonight over against Linus Ullmark.
And I would scroll, but you guys can take a second glance, of course, at your starting goaltenders. And yeah, that's it. There's no other news for today, so Jakob, I will actually end the stream here.
All right, that's perfect. That's perfect enough with me. And basically, how now we're gonna talk about our picks of the. Oh, you guys cannot see me. I gotta turn the light. Hold on, guys. Sorry. I
Yeah, I
forgot
don't
it got
know.
so dark. I don't know why it got so dark so quick, but I did turn on the light so you guys can see my beautiful jersey again. And now we're going to talk about our picks of the day, and then talk about the picks of the day. But real quick, Kyle went 1-for-2. I went 0-for-2. I said Toronto to beat Montreal, which unfortunately that did not hit. And I put a. Why did Kyle's eyes get so wide? And I put oh god, I put Yakov Trenin to get a point, which unfortunately he did not. And Kyle went 1-for-2 as he put Detroit to beat Florida, and unfortunately that did not hit. And he put a Victor Arvidsson point. So I unfortunately, due to me having the worst record, I will go first. I'm actually going to take the Ottawa Senators to beat the Montreal Canadiens, and I'm going to take a Juraj Slavkovsky goal.
Aye, Jakob. It's Uri, not Uraj.
Juraj Slavkovsky goal. Sorry, guys.
And yeah, and on that note, I'm gonna take player for, or like I guess the game for the Washington Capitals versus the Philadelphia Flyers because you decided to take that Ottawa Montreal game. So I'm going to take the Flyers to beat the Capitals today. I think Samuel Urson will have himself solid enough performance to get them the win in this one. And then for my player pick, you know what, Jakob? I think we will see a player who's making his Washington Capitals debut in Timothy Liljegren record a point.
All right, so just to recap, I took the Sens to beat the Habs and a Juraj Slavkovsky goal, and Kyle took the Flyers to beat the Capitals and a Tyler Liljegren goal. Point.
Timothy
Liljegren point. So there you have it, folks. Real quick, the question of the day is: what do you guys think of the jersey? Do you guys like it? Like, let me know down below if you guys like it, or and if you guys want to see us, bring back the jerseys for another episode. As me and Kyle will make a decision on whether or not every YouTube video we're gonna try to bring back the jerseys, but we will see. We will make that decision off camera, as we don't want to, to you guys. We don't want to talk to you guys, and we'll talk about that off camera. But real quick, before Kyle gives the outro, I do want to give a shout out to someone who newly followed us and just saw our Instagram page and our Spotify and YouTube. And he said that he loved the content and he told me to keep it up and keep going. But Anton Kelly from Scotland, who is a teammate of mine at my university, my soccer teammate, he has followed us, and he told me today while we were at practice that he said he liked it and he told me to keep it up. So Anton Kelly, if you're watching this, thank you so much, and we give a shout out to you.
Yeah, no, I'm that's very cool to see. I'm happy to see, another follower, and that's 38 now on Instagram, which yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to do it. I'm gonna leave the Instagram link in the comment section down below, or not the comment section, in the bio down below. So be sure to go follow our Instagram at IKNHL Daily Talk, assuming you have not already, which I know some of our followers watch these videos, so I'm sure some of you already have. But yeah, on top of that, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, of course, if you enjoy the content, as that means a lot to Iacob and I, because
Yeah, the
I
fan
mean,
support does help you guys. Thank you. We do appreciate you guys. And whether it's guys commenting on our videos or guys telling us in person, we will always shout you guys
mhm,
out. And yeah, we do appreciate all the support and all the follow, and we will continue to make these videos.
of course. Well, I mean, we're already like, actually, Iacob, we missed the day yesterday, but yesterday was 2 months that we've been doing this podcast now.
Wow, so look at us going. We are so congrats to me and Kyle. We did it. So and we will keep going. We will try to get a year, 10 years, 20 years. We will just keep going and we will not stop because we know how much these mean to you. And there's some people they are enjoying this. So we do appreciate all that. And yes, the videos will keep going and the Spotify will
Hmm.
keep going on as always, no matter what.
Yeah, no, and actually, on that note, Iacob, I want to, show off some channel analytics, which I don't know if you all can see, but we're up to 18 subscribers now. We have a total of 15.1K views, 333 likes, 16 comments, and one share, which
We do appreciate all that support. Yes.
I would like to see the comment number go up because I love to see your guys' opinions and whatnot. And that's why at the end of
Mhm.
every short, Iacob and I always say, leave your comments down below and let us know what you think.
Yeah, so we did actually get a. I don't know if Kyle wants to recap the real quick the comment that he got on his short today, but he did make a short about the Nathan MacKinnon ejection and what he thought about it. So y'all can go take a look. It is on both of
Yeah.
our Instagram and our YouTube, so y'all can go listen to that. But Kyle, do you have it pulled up?
Actually, yeah, I do right now. I have it pulled up here on Instagram, and the comment was by it was by Callum Van, and he says, I disagree. He shouldn't have been ejected regarding, Nathan MacKinnon, and he says, as much as I love the Oilers and getting rid of MacKinnon helped us, he is one of the league's most elite skaters. Where he had skaters, and then he forgot to leave a comma or a period, but he said, had Darnell Nurse not pushed him there, there's a chance that maybe he got out of there and no one gets hurt, which I don't completely disagree, but anyways, I'll continue. But because Nurse pushes him in, he can't move and is forced to hit Ingram. In my opinion, it's completely on Nurse. And I responded to the comment actually, and I said, although I don't completely disagree with you, because I did say in the short that, there was definitely contact, especially like because Nurse definitely left contact on Nathan MacKinnon, and that definitely made an impact on the play, at least to a degree. But then I said, you know, Darnell Nurse definitely made contact with MacKinnon, and yes, him being ejected helped us win the game. But I will stand by my original statement, as I do still think it was justified for the reason, as I stated in the video. Which the reason I stated in the video was the fact that as a player, you have to be responsible for every decision you make on the ice. And Nathan MacKinnon's decision to drive so close to the goaltender was completely on him. He could have gone behind the net. He could have stopped in front, which, mind you, I mean, he was going pretty fast. I honestly think that, at least in my opinion, I think even if Darnell Nurse doesn't touch him, I think he makes at least a little bit of contact with Ingram anyways.
Yeah, I think so too. So
But
yeah, prayer.
But yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I don't think, like, the truth be told, there's no right answer. Jared Bednar had an opinion on that, and he was not happy. He said that that was on the defender too, and it seems to be very divided. But I don't know. You know, if you guys are still watching at this point, that's another question of the day. What do you think of the Nathan McKinnon ejection yesterday? Do you agree or disagree? Let us know in the comment section down below.
Yes, please do. And with that being said, we have nothing else to say. So let's go ahead and hit the outro.
Well, thank you all for watching as always. You know, Iacob and I got the beautiful jerseys out. Like, we're beautiful. Just here, wait, can I lift this logo up?
There
There we
you
go.
go.
And yeah, we're Oilers fans here, which, assuming you didn't already know based off the jerseys we're wearing, which I would love one day to, have a little bit of revenue coming from these videos. And when we start making revenue, Yak, we will reinvest. We'll be investing back into the channel. We'll be getting jerseys for other teams as well, so we can show our support and just, wear jerseys to reflect what happened on that day. But thank you all for watching. As always, we appreciate all the support, and, have yourselves an excellent rest of your day, excellent rest of your week, and we will see you guys next time. Peace out, y'all.
Peace out, everyone. Hope everyone has a good day.
Where's the balloon? There's the confetti!